Hello everyone, and welcome back to Norland, and our World of War series on the channel. And in the last episode, we had watched as Cape Town collapsed, and I'm actually going to go on a little bit of a tangent here, so just a little warning about that. But basically, I don't like how this happens. I think that your only struggle in the late game is these bigger kingdoms and everything, and the fact that they were attacking us just days ago, and now all of a sudden they have completely, almost fully collapsed, and they're about to collapse further with these rebellions and things that are happening right now. And I think that there should be a little bit more stability, unless or until they expand the map further. I don't know how many of you have played Crusader Kings, but uh, there are a lot of empires collapsing all the time, and of course that is realistic for the time period and everything. But I don't think that it makes a lot of sense here because we just don't have. Well, once you start to snowball across the map, you have nothing against you anymore. So why even complete the campaign? Why try to make an empire, and then why try to actually take control of the entire map? The answer is that there is no reason to do that. You may as well just take over a few cities, and once nobody around you can give you any trouble, you might as well just start a new game. So that's my opinion. I think that they need to fix this and maybe just make them more stable, because then we could have actually gone against Cape Town, and that would have been quite fun, I think. Like I said, it just doesn't make much sense that they were just attacking us, um, and now they're completely gone. Even if it's not realistic to change that, I think that gameplay should be more important to realism, especially in a game like this. So the other thing is the Unholy Horde, and I don't really understand why it has to spawn, because it spawns as far away from the player as possible. I don't know how many of you know that, but that is how it works. They spawn as far as possible as they can from the player. So in a hardcore series, especially, I'm just gonna go ahead and pause really quick. In a hardcore series, especially though, um, you basically will never run into the Unholy Horde because it takes so long to expand. I mean, if you're min-maxing, maybe you will run into them at some point, but in general, speaking in general here, and for me personally, you do not run into the Unholy Horde because they're so far away that by the time you're able to expand that far, they have disappeared because they disappear on day 60. So I think that should probably change as well. If you're going to have the Unholy Horde, you may as well just go all out. There should not be a hard-coded time for it to disappear. You should have to, I mean, they destroy cities and then eventually they settle one or something like that, and then they like move that settlement. And I think that they should just create their own empire or something like that, and that would be a lot more fun and create a better late game as well. So either way, that is what I think. I don't know if you guys feel the same way. Maybe it's just me. But that is kind of how I feel about the whole situation. So either way, we do still have a few things we can get done in the series, but I think that we are getting pretty close to the end. We basically have Kalen here that we're trying to take over. We're trying to help London secede, hopefully from Ottawa, and then we'll probably try to take London. And from there, it's basically just, I mean, the only other potential challenge might be Lisbon, but probably not because they're not really that strong either. Maybe we'll just see what happens with this region and if they can get unified again, but otherwise we're just kind of waiting for Dana to make her way over to London, and we'll probably send Edric pretty soon to attack this bandit camp. Okay, and we've arrived at London. I forgot this was a thing, but they have the Bound by Honor now, and that's because we went and assisted them, so now they are bound to do something related to politics for us. Let's just go ahead and read this. When you come to the aid of a neighboring ruler in desperate situations or render them a special favor, honor obliges them to repay you with a diplomatic concession. This may be a peace treaty joining your state, leaving another state, or a substantial tribute. Choose the diplomatic action you need in the politics menu of your province, and claim your reward. Okay, so this is actually perfect. We won't even have to really force them to join us. We can just help them get away from Ottawa, and we should just be able to call in this favor and say, hey, we helped you, join us. So that's what we're pretty much going to do there. Okay, and there's nothing that could have gone better for us. It seems that London, or rather Ottawa, gave up completely and just let London have its independence. So that is actually perfect. Let's just go ahead and go here now, and can we just demand? Owes you a debt of honor, they will willingly agree to this action. But the debt will be considered fulfilled. Okay, that is actually perfect for us. We can't send Dana to do that because she's in the army. We could just send a messenger so that everybody else can stay home. That seems good to me. What do we have Beta doing right now? Oh yes, she is settling. Okay, she is gone. That's right, I completely forgot about that. Because I am an idiot. But let's go ahead. We will just do a messenger here. Okay, we do have another prisoner here that we can go ahead and hire, so we'll do that. And that brings us up to a nice, cool 57 soldiers again, and that is quite nice. We have a pretty good mood on all of them as well. The mood on our peasants is pretty good as well. Let's see here. Should we maybe consider giving them flavorful ale now as well and just kind of let it be decided by the game? I'm thinking so. Um, yeah, I'm thinking so. Let's go. So peasants and flavorful ale. And there we go. Let them have the maximum possible. And prisoners and unemployed can just continue on with the carrots, I think. We have a nice amount of carrots. We don't have any prisoners or unemployed right now, though. Okay, and just like that, Caitlin actually just joined us. I thought it was London for a second, but it was actually Caitlin. They're going to be plundered by bandits. They'll have to deal with that on their own because we are actually experiencing bandits attacking us right now. And we could probably just have Dana go and attack this. Yeah, that's probably fine. And we'll go ahead. Edric's awake now. He should be ready to go and attack. We'll send him towards this bandit camp, but if he gets out in time, I don't think he will. But if he does, we could send him to actually attack those bandits first. And we won't send anybody here who has injuries, just like we had before. And that's basically everybody. Look at that. Every single person almost has injuries at this point, which is not exactly ideal. This is what I was talking about with the alchemy lab. I don't understand. It seems like something bugged out, and now they just simply cannot create the medical cells in time. They just can't. It seems to be about 1 per day max. So I don't really know what that's about. We could just start the upgrades now. We probably won't even really need multiple, or we probably won't need all 5 upgraded, but we're just going to go ahead and do it, and we'll see what everything looks like at that point. Okay, and here we are at this battle, and Dana should have no real issues with these guys. Just run in. We're not even going to bother to protect her anymore. She's so old at this point. If she died today, it would be, you know, it'd be okay. We would survive. Edric is doing substantially well as well. So let's see. Is anybody going to end up dying? Nope, they all surrendered. We might have lost 2, it looks like. These guys are taking a while to die. Okay, that guy surrendered. Alright, now we have 3 left. And there we go, okay. That took way longer than it really should have. Okay, nobody died. We captured 4. That's perfect. Now we could just send... Okay, maybe we just let her go home. Or we could send her at a different bandit camp, I suppose. What about this one? Could she do that? 38%. Okay. What about this one? Probably even worse, yeah. Okay, we'll let her get home. We'll let Edric attack this one, and then we will probably just send them both together to start attacking other bandit camps for some money. Okay, so London joined us, and as you can see over here, the matriarch is enraged with us. I didn't even notice this before. I guess they see us as taking London as being an attack on our neighbors. Now, as far as Caitlin goes, we didn't attack them either. We did force them to become our vassals, but we never actually attacked them, so I guess we got these 2 stacking debuffs for that, which, I don't know, I feel like that's not how it should work. I mean, they would obviously be upset with us, but why would the matriarch, why would they consider that an attack? I'm not really too sure. Either way, we have London now. We basically have, I mean, everything. There's really not much left to actually take except for the abandoned cities, which I think we'll do. We'll resettle all of these cities, and we'll, again, like I keep saying, we will be attacking Cape Town. They have 22 soldiers now, so they're actually not that bad off. They actually want a peace treaty, and this may be worth it to do for now, because we're not going to attack them right away. We need to build up a little bit more forces, I think, because I would like to take out at least these 2 in the same campaign and make them our vassals, and then we can surround Cape Town and take them out that way. As you can see, there is a new burgeoning kingdom right here. I don't know who it was. I can't remember who these guys were, but they could actually take this city if they get a lord for that. They could settle that, and maybe even take something like Mecca, which would be actually quite interesting if we had a new kingdom to fight. Okay, on another note, we do have a couple of marriage potential candidates, but both of them, unfortunately, are Macaw. I don't know if this is a bad choice, but Tefnet here, is a good manager. Not too intelligent, but she is a good manager and decent at combat as well. Svetka is a decent commander, I guess, and good at combat, but she is not really good at anything else in particular except manners, so maybe not the best choice there. So Tefnet, she is kind of interesting. I don't know if we want to wait for a better candidate. I think we might. Yeah, I think we might just wait and see, because I would like to get a Varn, and also I would like somebody who is really, really good at management, as well as maybe super intelligent, something like that. And also just the fact that if we get somebody to join us that can marry Edric, that's kind of a little bit better. I mean, I guess the one nice thing with doing this, I think they will actually be happy with us for that. Yeah, and they are starting to get some low relations a little bit with some of our vassals, so having one that really likes us could be a good thing. Yeah, look at that. All of these vassals pretty much dislike us now, so we're going to have to be doing a lot of diplomacy soon as well. I think for now, though, I think we're going to skip out on this bride, and we will just try to get a free lord that could marry Edric instead. But either way, we have this bandit camp now, and we could just probably auto-resolve this. I think we're going to. Just simply because, well, I don't really want to waste the time for something so minor. Look at that, we actually lost quite a few soldiers here. We're actually losing a lot. 9 dead. What is up with that? We had 95% chance of success. Is Edric gonna die? No, he's good. Okay, well, I don't really like that. Maybe we should never auto-resolve again, but it was worth a shot. Just the one time. And I did skip over it, but as you can see, Beta made her way over to this city, and she is now the Queen of Vasna. She doesn't seem to have a husband, but she does have one other lord, Shitka, I guess? Yeah, okay. Interesting name. Funny name. But, otherwise, they look like they could be a decent vassal. We'll have to see how it goes exactly. Is she actually considered a Tanea? We can't even click on her, apparently. Yeah, we can't really go into her... Yeah, I'm not really sure how I would. Okay, well, either way, I assume that they're both Tanea. But hopefully she finds a husband soon, because otherwise they will not last more than a generation. Now, unfortunately, I did check, and these warriors are going to have the inflamed wounds turn into gangrene probably before the trader makes it the next time, so we are going to be losing a fair amount of warriors, actually. Potentially, I mean, the only way to get more medical cells at this point is if we push the alchemy labs, but it's still going to be too late for that. As you can see, we don't have the tools anyways. It would take too long to build them. So we'll just have to hope that, let's see, hopefully we can get 4 tomorrow at least. It's looking like we could. Yeah, it looks like for some reason one of them is getting like the bonus, and the other ones aren't even producing at all, so we'll just have to see how it goes, but hopefully they can produce. Let's see, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't even know if I counted that. That's, wow, okay, that is like over a dozen for sure. So looking like we're gonna have some losses for sure. Okay, and now Nebtium is actually 12 years old, so we can actually set him up on some kind of research. I'm not too sure what it's going to be. Maybe we set him now on workshop. We're probably going to need that soon. Or even palisades, although I don't think we're going to need to be worrying too much about defense for a little while. So maybe just temple. That's actually not too bad. He is kind of stupid. He's actually very stupid. So this is maybe not the best choice. Maybe Dana, but we don't really want to put anything else too important on her with the fact that she's going to die soon. So we'll just go with this for now. Okay, so as I mentioned, Edric and Dana are going to need to go out and do some bandicamp hunting, so we're going to go ahead and place Neptera on these alchemy labs at least. Everything else I think can just stay on Edric until he gets back home. That's probably fine, so let's go ahead. That's right. I don't even know if we really have enough free warriors at this point, but we are going to check. Maybe we can at least take out one. We'll start with, actually, we're probably going to want to have Edric be our main commander now since Dana is so close to death. Let's go ahead. We do have a few strong warriors that we can send into this battle, so this should be okay. Yep. Okay. So that's almost a full squad already. Okay, looks like we do have a full 20 soldiers and maybe another 10, so we can probably send Dana here as well. And we'll send these ones. Everyone without the wounds. Okay, that looks pretty good. Did I miss anybody? Nope. Okay, auto this one. Auto this one. And we do have substantially enough weapons for this, too. We could start to sell some bows. So let's go ahead. 76%, we could probably go for a stronger one. 13 here. 9 here. 15 here. And they are in one of our vassals' lands. 59%. Okay. We could give up a little bit of our tribute and send London here as well. But it looks like that's still not really going to be good enough, so we'll just go for this one maybe. 58. Okay. Well, I don't know where these percentages are coming from. I guess these bandits maybe are a little bit stronger now, but I feel like we should be able to defeat them soundly, but either way, we'll see exactly how this one goes, and then we'll decide from there. Okay, so we managed to start this peace treaty with Cape Town, so that gets us another 1,000 gold, which will be quite nice. Hopefully the trader will make it today so that we can actually spend it. Now, what's all this? Rebel politician, protection against a rebellion, and this is the threat of plunder, okay. Okay, nothing too pressing at the moment. And look at that, Istanbul and Cape Town and Mecca are now all completely independent. So that peace treaty was very good to make because we don't even really have to honor it now. But we could actually just take Istanbul if we wanted to. They have 18 soldiers. It's definitely looking like a decent idea, but we already have enough vassals that hate us. I think what we need to do is manage what we have and try to make everybody like us, which actually probably means that we should actually go and help either Kalen or Moscow. Maybe both. Yeah, we may want to send Dana to one and Edric to the other. We'll have to decide once we're done with these bandit camps, because we are doing okay on money, but we could definitely have more. Okay, now luckily for us, we did make, I think it was something like around 12 medical salves almost, so most of our people managed to get healed, but there are still probably around 5 or so that we need to buy medical salves for. Luckily, oh no, look at that price, and there's only one of them. We have to buy it, but I really don't like that we're buying it. Either way, we're basically making all of the money from the trader anyways. We'll sell pretty much most of these bows as well. And we will need to see. Let's see, is there anything here that we would like? Doesn't seem like it. We will sell all of these cadence as well. So is there anything else to buy from them? Probably, maybe just, we're actually okay on grain, but we will buy probably more paper. We'll buy all of the paper. And let's see, I'll check here again. Yeah, we really don't have anything here that we need. Okay, maybe just the beer then. Even though we're not really giving it to anybody right now, at least it will be there for the lords. That looks pretty good. And we're making quite a bit of money back from them, so I'm liking that. Okay, so we managed to make it out of the danger zone with most of our warriors. I think these two are probably going to end up dying. They have about 16 hours until they get gangrene, so they're going to probably end up dying. But these two actually should be able to make it until the end of the next workday. So hopefully they will have the medical salves necessary to survive, and hopefully we don't keep getting a bunch of people injured during all of these battles that we're having to do. It looks like this is already a stronger bandit camp now, so let's actually recheck this percentage if we can. 62%. Okay. Oh man, that is quite worrisome. and Moscow's not even dealing with that bandit camp attack anymore. So okay, let's still just do this. I just want to see how it goes. And we also have Drelikos here, and we're gonna go ahead and hire him as well for 350 gold. And he will go ahead and be another lord that we can send off to one of these other abandoned cities. Okay, so here we are at this camp, and autoing that other one was probably a big part of what's given us problems now. We lost a whole bunch of soldiers on that, and we probably really didn't need to. But either way, we're just going to run both right on into this fight now. And yeah, look at that. Now Dana's all of a sudden slowed down. I don't know if it's just her age or what, but yeah, that seems to be a thing, so she might not even make it over in time to really lead this fight. Doesn't look like she will. Why did she just stop? Okay, I guess it was just because everybody died. That makes sense. Alright, get in here and take out these two bowmen. Hopefully nobody dies here, taking a stray arrow in the face or something. What are you doing there? Okay. So that worked out. We had 2 dead, 1 escaped. So I think we could probably do some other bandit camps. It is still just underselling us. I thought that the auto-resolve was fixed, but it appears not. Or at least not completely. So we could just go up here, help out Caitlyn, and then go and attack this bandit camp once they are dead. We could do that, or we could even just go attack them directly. 58%. I like those odds. Let's just attack them directly. Okay, so we've hired Drelikos here, and we're going to see, can we immediately give him a title? No. Okay, he's at -15, actually. So let's flatter him, I suppose. That should hopefully be enough. Okay, and it was enough, so let's grant him a title now. Alright, and we can just send him off immediately. I think we will go... making sure that there's no other new abandoned cities, but I think we're going to probably just go with one of these ones. Yeah. I guess it doesn't really matter at this point. The only reason it did before was expanding the range of which ones that we can settle, but that's not really necessary to worry about anymore since they're not bordering with anybody. Now, since we've kind of stabilized things a little bit at home, and we have expanded quite a lot, and I really want to fix our relations with everybody, I think we're probably going to try and do a little bit of diplomacy. It's going to be a problem, though, because we can't just go and flesh wolf hunt because of the bad relations that we already have with Paris. I should have been focusing on this a little bit more. We could just offer them a peace treaty, though, and that will definitely make them like us a lot, and it's only 500 gold, so I think we're going to do that, which is kind of funny because they pay us tribute, and then I just pay for a peace treaty, and they're like, oh yeah, we love that, so that's quite funny. We'll send Neptera to do it. Oh, and look who came for a visit. It is Beta. That is quite nice. It's nice to see you, Beta. You came a far way. That is a very far way to come from right after you became a queen of Vasna, and you just walk all the way over here, apparently. And not only that, but Shitka here also came with you. So both of you just left Vasna apparently without anybody in it. So that's quite funny. But hey, you got to go and see your old friend Neptera, who just left. Everybody here also is gone, so you're just kind of kicking it up in our city and just enjoying yourself, having it all to yourself. Okay, so that worked out, and we got the +20 relation here with Fleed, and we're actually going to just have her Flesh Wolf hunt with him now, and that should get us back into decent relations here with Fleed. I'm not too worried about the production at home anymore. The only thing is, like I said, the medical salves, but until we get more tools, we're probably just going to have to deal with not making very many of them. So after Paris, I think we're going to go to Letos, and maybe even Sofia, but I think Noth is going to be more important for now. And yeah, Moscow and Kalen. So she's basically just going to do the rounds. Gorno's fine. Vasna's fine, of course. And London definitely likes us as well. So we're just going to want to go through all of these ones. And Kalen should like us a little bit more once we have dealt with this bandit camp in their area. But we'll probably still have to go and do a little bit of diplomacy with them. Okay, unfortunately, Neptera's hunt here was unsuccessful, which means that we got a lower relation, actually, and now we also, of course, can't get the relationship boost from hunting itself, so that's kind of not great. I actually think that they probably should change that. I don't really understand why failing to hunt is like, oh, now I hate you. I mean, I guess like one of them is probably blaming the other, but still, either way, that's something we just have to deal with. We'll just send her. Oh, she can't do this? Why is that? Shell is not in the city. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay, we'll just send her off to Sophia then. Alright, and here we are at this panic camp. We'll just run on in. I guess they have towers as well. Why is something already burning? Do you hear that? Hopefully that's not just me. It sounds like there is already a burning sound. That's quite funny. I don't know where that came from. But we'll just go ahead and run on in. And they only have 2 on these towers, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue for us. But hopefully, Dana passed out from exhaustion. Oh, she is approaching death, actually. Okay, well, 74 years old. That is living pretty good in Norland years, I think. Let's go ahead, finish up here. Oh, they're okay. They're still in the middle of that fight. I don't understand how this always happens either. That they have the 0 over their head, so the whole squad should be dead, but apparently one of them is like not sure if they want to continue fighting or not. I always find that quite funny. Quite humorous, actually. But getting there, Edric. And they're just going after these guys, and I guess tying them up. Edric will just take care of them, I suppose. 6 dead. 4 captured, though, so okay, we can definitely make that work. It does seem like bandits just get stronger as the game goes on, even if, I should probably check what their combat skills are, I never do. But it seems like they do get stronger, not just in their numbers, but their actual strength of each individual, so that's quite interesting, actually. Either way, helping them out did not seem to make much difference. They just hate us anyways, so we're not even going to be able to deal with that. They'll probably just end up succeeding from us. But either way. Now it looks like Siva has been formed, and let's go ahead and take a look at them. And he does not... Is that, like, supposed to be his child? It is definitely his heir. That can't be his child, though. So either way, Drelikos looking pretty good. He's only 31, so he should have plenty of time to find himself a bride and all of that. And we also have the trader, but we can't even go and talk to them right now because, of course, everybody is away. So we'll just have to check what our tributes and everything looks like in the next episode, probably. Or maybe tomorrow, depending on how much longer this episode goes, but it's only probably going to be a few more minutes. Okay, and luckily this hunt was actually successful, so we'll go ahead and send her off now to Noth. Now, I was thinking about having Dana and Edric go and attack more camps, but I think because Dana's about to die, we should probably get home, reassess everything. Maybe... Oh, man, I wasn't going to hire Natala because she is Macaw, but look at that combat skill. It could be, or command skill. That could be quite nice to have another commander, but she will have the xenophobia with the church, and they'll probably just end up wanting to blind her or something anyway, so maybe not the best choice. But it would be nice to get another commander so that we can have Edric go off with somebody else. But I do think that they just need to remove that 20 warrior limit to squads. I think it's very arbitrary and doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Even if it was tied to their command skill, like if they had, say, a 10 in command skill, and they could, instead of 20 soldiers, they could hire or bring up to 30, for instance. Something like that, I don't know. But as it is, I think it's just because of bugs that they experienced or something like that, but they probably shouldn't have released updates that caused such a bug, in my opinion. Hopefully they will fix that at some point, though. Okay, and unfortunately Neptera had another failed hunt, so this is not going too great. And I don't think she can even do anything with this. Who's this? So Laralos. We don't have any wives, though. No. Okay. We could just do another peace treaty, and we could actually do that. And we could actually we just need to get Neptera home. We can go ahead and have the peace treaties be done by messenger. So do one there. One with Noth. Yeah, Yes, one with Noth, and one with Moscow as well. What happened there? Okay. One with Moscow. Okay, and we could consider doing one with Kalen, but they hate us so strongly that it might be better to just wait for them to try to uprise and then put down the rebellion, and yeah, maybe just kind of deal with them that way. We'll have to see though. Okay, so that's where I think we're going to call it. We do have a little bit more. We have a village defense from Rome, by the way, and Dana died on her journey as well. What's all this? Oh, she had friends from the Loving Family and Cape Town. That's quite funny. Okay, well, good for you, Dana. People will mourn your death. We could actually just go ahead and place her monument. We'll place it right over here. Look at that. All these other ones are so weathered now. But either way, so we have this defense that we're going to have to be dealing with, and actually that may be the perfect precursor to actually take out Rome once they attack Glimmerdale here and we destroy them. We could go and immediately sack Rome and take them into our nearly an empire. It's getting pretty close. We need 2 more. So Rome, and then maybe Lisbon, or maybe just go and take out Istanbul at that point. But either way, we're going to have to do some more diplomacy in the next episode and just manage our vassals and everything just a little bit more. I'm almost satisfied with where we're at. But either way, that's going to be it for this episode. So, as always, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.